Hi there. This was going to be an unboxing video, but there's not much point because there's only two items in the box, the radio and a rather tatty instruction leaflet. The Live Star I've kindly donated to a guy who's working for me out here because he's going to be here a few days longer than me. I didn't actually pay anything for it. Lawrence picked it up for me. So he's gratefully received that. Now, we had to go to Paragominas a few days ago to find a delivery truck that simply didn't turn up. So we drove about 30 kilometres down a dirt track, crossed a river, and ended up eventually in Paragominas. So I thought, well, while I'm here, I'm quickly going to run to the shop where I bought the Midi, the little compact radio from last year. And lo and behold, there was one of those little radios in the window, in the box, very yellowed, as if it had been exposed to Brazilian sunshine for a year or more. And looking at the state of this box, I would say this has also been in the shops for quite a long time. There was no packaging, literally just the radio and the instruction leaflet. But for 17 quid, sort of 90 something Brazilian real, I thought, well, why not? So it describes itself as a 12-band receiver, digital 12-band receiver. It's not digital, it's analog. You can feel the analog tuning mechanism. It just has a digital encoder, but that's quite handy if it's reasonably accurate. It runs on mains, obviously. There is a power lead with it, and or 3 D cells, which are really expensive in Brazil, but no bother. It has a clock, which I've set, and then the shortwave bands, which are in a switchable form. So there's no continuous shortwave coverage from 75 meters down to 13 meters on the broadcast bands. And then there's FM and medium wave. So probably the performance of this radio is going to be similar to the smaller radio that I bought here last year. It looks pretty similar, but nevertheless, it's always interesting to try a local product. It's funny, reading some of the English on the box, it's not very good. Use advanced making technology, reliable quality, use hi-fi power output, exquisite and fine timbre, sonorous sound, big output power, etc. You know, it's obviously Chinese, but like I said, you know, the box is, I don't know how old it is. It could have been in the shop for 2 or 3 years. Who knows? Maybe longer. But interesting. But the radio doesn't have a mark on it. The radio is definitely new. It's not been used previously. So yeah, the audio quality is not bad. The speakers of a reasonable size. The big problem with these radios is that the switch between the HF bands is, you know, it's guesswork because you know the movement is tiny across 10 shortwave bands, FM and medium wave. Well, medium wave on this radio. FM's switches down here. There's a tone, high and low setting, switch setting, and a headphone socket setting. So what I'm probably going to do is attach a long piece of wire. Which I got from one of the guys here. There's no external antenna socket, obviously, so I'm going to have to clip it to the telescopic and just have a tune around and see what I can hear. The display only displays down to 10 kilohertz, which is a bit of a pain. But because it's analog, then obviously you've got some fine tuning. It's not like a digital receiver that will only literally only tune to a resolution of say 5 kilohertz. It only displays to 10, but you've got that sort of fine tuning control because it's analog. I don't expect it's going to be very good, but I love an experiment, and in a place as remote as this, when work is finished, there's not really much else to do. So yeah. So I thought I'd share that with you, and yeah, there you go, 99 real, which is less than £20. So have a look at their website, Livestar and Midi. Like I said, you don't get this brand in the UK. The The build quality actually seems okay on this one. It's very plasticky, but it's not too bad. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart. It actually feels pretty solid. You know, it's not of the same sort of quality as what you guys would be experienced with sort of more Western products, I suppose. Although saying that, of course, my XH Data D808, Chinese built, already kaput. So yeah, I don't want to say that that's the state of play for everything that's built in China. I know that's not the case. I know some people believe that, you know, let's see. With this radio, it doesn't matter so much because it only costs 17 quid. If it breaks tomorrow, it's not the end of the world. Anyway, I'm going to do some tests with it and upload some videos. So there you go, a local product in Brazil. A lot of shortwave radios for sale in Brazil. A lot of shops sell them. People out in really rural areas are out of range of I'm not sure if they're out of range of AM or not. There's a lot of AM stations I can hear here, not particularly well, but they're certainly out of range of FM, and presumably there are. Brazil is huge. It's like 2.5 times the size of India, so presumably there are very rural locations where people do listen to shortwave. In fact, a Brazilian guy here was talking to me, telling me that his dad listens to Radio Clube de Para. He switches the radio on at 5 AM every morning and switches it off at 11 o'clock at night. So, you know, these stations that we consider DX are popular out here amongst the locals in rural areas. So, you know, there's a need for these shortwave radios, and there's a lot of shops that sell them. It's just that it's difficult, if not impossible, to find anything of very good quality. Maybe different in Sao Paulo or Rio, but out here, this is basically what you get. You know, but it's all interesting. You know, it's different from the UK and Europe and other parts of the world. You know, and that's why I like coming here. So anyway, I'm going to test this radio and upload some videos. Okay, thanks for watching.